Hello and welcome back, I'm Joe and this is Warcast and Resources Soviet Republic Season X. In front of you, you may see two ships just barely passing each other in a little canal. I see farmland. Let's make farming happen, but on a big scale. Yes, we did start on this last time, and I was just like, yeah, this is good. I think this is what we need to do. We need to place as many fields as we can and then just fill in the rest as we feel. But, big but, we do need to make sure that transportation is a thing here that will work. Ideally, one central rail distribution hub with just grain carts in there that can move all the grains around from all the different farms to a central storage location. The central storage location I want to have... I don't know how much grain I want to fit there. All I do know is that we have a vanilla cargo station that looks like this, that has this many connections, and we should be able to fit that somewhere. I don't know where yet even. And potentially we are going to just use trains that can kind of fit into this thing. That will be a lot longer than this thing. Because right next to them, we will put the humongous, where are you? Grain storage, the biggest one we can have. This one technically has a rail connection. We don't need it because I want the cargo connections that we can get from there. So it's this grain silo, and we're just gonna put them a long way, and we're gonna be able to store millions of pounds of grain. That's just supposed to be our millions of pounds. Is not the right number, but you know what I mean. Buttloads of grain will be stored in our republic, and I'm kind of excited for it. Along the lines, I would also like to first, this is a first on this channel, I know that for sure, would like to get into fertilizer and, where is that stuff? I would like to produce fertilizer and, in both categories. Is it under waste? Is it really under waste? Recycling, separation plant, incinerator, scrapyard, storages? No, it's not here. I don't even know where it is. It is somewhere, and it should be under, like, fossil fuels. No. Is it on construction? No, that's demolition. Where is it? Anyways, I will, and I know that I saw that last time. I just know I really never used those things before. Either way, we are going to do fertilizer, solid and liquid fertilizer in this area. We clearly already have some solid fertilizer parked here for us. That's great because that's the stuff that will stay on the field. It's like manure, effectively. We will have a meat storage somewhere, or meat slaughterhouse, etc. Set up somewhere, maybe even in this area, because we really don't need a lot of workers for that. That would actually be pretty cool. Yeah, I like that idea. I just came up with that while I was talking. That sounds amazing. So, lots of grain, small town for fire and for scrapping and for repairs. Then a huge collection station somewhere. I don't know where it is. It's very possible that we may just splice into this area. I don't think we can fit as many grain silos in there as I would like to. There is space somewhere. In worst case, it may be just a little bit outside of the path that we want to go to, but I probably want to keep at least 50,000. At this point, I am not concerned about how much grain I need. I will just produce as much as I can in this area, and then we will see where we end up year over year. If we have to export something, cool. I highly doubt that if we actually turn on all our productions for everything else, which obviously don't exist yet. So that is totally fine. But let's get back to what we were doing, which was, this was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 fields. They need 4 harvesters, 8 tractors, and 12 trucks to keep up with anything, and that is obviously 24, right? 8, 4, 12. Yes, 24 trucks. And the easiest here is, yeah, we could totally build, and I explained that last time, we could totally build a smaller farm and then a distribution office, but why? I only need 1 building, and this one can be serviced with whatever connections I really want on here. And the advantage is that I can now put the grain silo with the rail connection right next door, And yes, it's just a single road connection in, but it should give us everything that we potentially need for any productivity here. So this 30 vehicle farm can be our starting point, and then we're going to slap a nice little grain storage next to you. What should be the max size? The max size is actually pretty simple because we have 12 large fields. Back in the day, a field at 100% fertility, that was before fertilizer was even a thing, could handle 300 tons of grain a year. And today, that is no longer the case. Today, we have up to 200%, approximately. I think you will end up between 150 and 180 every time. But let's say 200%, so 600 tons per field. That is 10 times 60, the 6,000, plus 10 times... well, 2 times 60 is another 120, so it's still about 6,000. So I think 8,000 tons of crops, if I can store that, I am in pretty good hands. So this is going to be the storage of choice. Make sure that when you build this storage, that you understand that you have single or one-way directions, one-way connections on this thing, and the trucks will not make this very easy to understand in the beginning. So let's see that we can finagle this in a way that I can still use the other storage, because I need that for something that we'll show you in just a second. Right here is okay. And I'm plopping this down, seeing I do need well, excavators effectively, and I don't know where the end of excavators is right now. So here's what we're going to do. Give me a small farm. And I already don't have excavators here. I would like to get a group of excavators just up here in this little tiny rinky-dink thing that I'm not really sure what I'm going to do with yet. But it should give us a construction office free. Yes, that's what I want. So plop that one here, get me a gas station from somewhere, and then we're just going to invite a bunch of excavators out and get the things done the way that they need to get done. I would really just love it if we have a road connection somewhere in here, and you can just snail through the mountains as much as you want. Honestly, we may make this a real road at some point, we may not. This is not supposed to be a fancy connection of any type, so I am quite okay with this, but we may not be able to go to follow the mountain chain the way that I would like to follow this thing right now. Too steep, not too steep, great. Go up this little ridge and then connect to the road there. Yep, you seem like you are a happy camper, great. And then these two guys we just have to fill up with the absolute necessary things, and we're going to double speed this to get a couple things done here and there. Let's find a fuel distribution office that is currently still available, and I think this one does not have a lot going on. That is to our advantage, because that's the first thing we're going to assign here. Bring fuel down to that gas station, and the next thing that we need is just some excavators. I'm not 100% convinced that I have excavators left over anywhere here. These are ambulances that need to be trashed. These are road cranes that are fresh and new and beautiful. I don't see extra excavators, and we don't want bulldozers in this case. I actually do want excavators, so we're not going to have any luck here. And it looks like there's so many vehicles. There's actually one excavator, 2 excavators here that we can use. Cool. Let's just move these, because we should be able to find 2 more excavators somewhere in any of the other construction offices to do the thing that I want to do. And we could argue that I should just make it 2 free construction offices and then get 8 excavators in, or 6 excavators and 2 dozers. But, well, we'll see. Now that I have this thing, there are 2 excavators waiting here. What a lucky coincidence, and I lost where I was trying to go. We are up in this spot. Yes, get those excavators out here, then demolish this construction office when you can get out of that area, please and thank you. Come on, just leave. Good. Because now we have 2 construction offices available again, instead of just the one that we had earlier. I'm just going to plop you right here. You do need a free thing to do this. Which is exactly why we're doing all the things that we're doing here. And now I can go around and see if I have any more excavators that are not really fully required anymore anywhere in range. There are 2 sitting here. That's a demo office. That would be a silly thing to remove, so no thank you. There are clearly several sitting in here. Those are all our all-around construction offices, but you are technically not really the most required things anymore. Those are road cranes, those are not excavators. So you're just going to shoot yourself in the foot if you do that. You are correct. Here's what we're going to do. I have a couple things here, including asphalt pavers and other things. Let's do this quick so they can start moving, because I don't want them to rot here, as there's no more blueprint sitting where we want it. But get some of you out here and then get a couple more out here. Looks like there's a mixer and asphalt paver that wants to go out here. I will rearrange them when we're ready. Obviously I'm not ready yet, but we should be okay. Stop production. Heating plant. It is hot outside. Don't need anything from you, buddy. Thank you. Thank you very much, though. Okay, so we have the excavators coming out here. Actually, we don't. We need a couple more excavators and we need a couple other things. I can honestly probably just start producing excavators here. Don't stop. Select blueprint, give me something excavator-wise, and then they can get started on just getting a couple things done. And then I will get 2 of the bulldozers that we already have sitting here, just in case I run into situations where I just need to level something instead of raise and lower, and then everyone should be happy. Cool. They can head out here, and the first fuel delivery is already here. That's exciting. You go there, and you go there, and then once I find some excavators, I will send them out here as well. But I'm not planning on building a full construction industry out here. No. We will probably asphalt or pave this road, but that's the extent of what we're going to do in that area. So that should be fine. Back to here. Great. I have this now connected, so we can get all our grain right in there, which is wonderful, but we still need a couple more things. One thing we need is to be able to drop off the solid fertilizer, and this is already not quite... Oh, no. This is kind of what I wanted, but it's not exactly existing quite in the way that I wanted it. It's just a little too long. So I think what we're going to do, and this may be a silly thing to do, but I think what we're going to do is move the farm just a little bit over so we have a little bit more room to actually make all of this happen, because I would like the rail pieces to just align, that we can use the same connections for both of them. I'm not terribly concerned about the throughput here. That's not going to work at all. Okay, great. Ah, boy. F2, yeah, that's flat, and this is way high up there. So let's see what we can do. That's not the thing that I want at all. I want this guy. Yes. Oh my. It's going to take a little while. We do need nice flat spaces, and whenever you do that and you only have excavators available like we do right now, this is an excellent tool for the job, because it has a much bigger range, and it does allow you to do a lot more sweeping changes to the landscape whenever you feel like that's appropriate, and right now it certainly is, because we need it. Works pretty well, honestly. Never had really much issues with this, but it does take a second every time that comes up. But this is also a thing that we will just have to deal with, because every time that we have another farm that we want to add, we need to be able to handle the crops that they bring in, and then we have to be able to fertilize what they want to bring out. And there's a simple answer to what's the best way to bring fertilizer, crops, and probably, well, fuel is a secondary thing. I think I'm just going to do that from a central distribution hub. But to bring all of that stuff out and pick up the grain whenever it's appropriate, a train is your best friend, and I would love to handle all of it through a rail distribution office if I can. We could probably do it with a cargo station as well, but I think that will add a lot more unnecessary things that I really don't want to deal with. So let's try this again. I want the fertilizer first for some weird reason, but I think we'll be okay. Let's plop you as far out as I can. That's good. Then let's go to grain, get the silo with 8,000 units, and this should be okay. Yep. 8,000 units, semi-straight, set up right here, get a rail connection in there. That's good. I'm only planning on setting one train in here at a time, so that should be fine. Same thing over there. And then we can split out the actual connection on this side. Now, this is kind of on a mountain already, so it's going to be a little bit of a fight getting out here. But as you can see, if you're a little bit patient, it's actually not all that bad. So let's just make sure that we can get up here so we don't build farm or fields or something else on there when we don't want it, but this looks good. Then let's get the large farm. It has two good connections right there. That feels more than appropriate, honestly. Actually, this one is probably fine. And can I flip you? Yes, I kind of can, but then the fuel station, not the fuel, but the liquid fertilizer is going to be on the opposite side. Is that a problem? It shouldn't be. The main thing that I'm looking for is that this road connection is closer to where most of the farms are, because that's where most of your driving is going to happen. It's going to be a little awkward, but this, I think, is okay. Okay, let's get our liquid tank in here, which is really just this one. 1,500 tons of liquid fertilizer is more than sufficient. 300 tons may be enough, but since I want to use trains to make this happen, I think it's prudent to use a large storage. So this one should be fine, and then we're just going to deliver fuel directly into the station. And power-wise, I am not going to mess around. We're not going to run power lines to every single farm. We're just going to use one big wind power, well, they call it plant, but this is just a large farm setup that will just look like this. Okay, almost done. We still have to deliver the oil and fuel storage, but I do think we have smaller vanilla drop-offs for that. So let's see, refueling. No, not those. And the railway connection, we don't care about that. It was just curiosity there, nothing else. Storages, yes, load and unload. We have ships. This one, loading and unloading for a very tiny oil fuel loading and unloading. This is perfect. Where can I plop you? We could potentially find another connection down there in front of the buildings that we already have. But since we're in a mountain here, I feel compelled to just make it relatively simple. Make this a double track. Okay, but you do need this to be a longer double track. Why? Because there's no way that the fuel train that we're going to deliver anything with here is going to fit into this tiny little station that we have available now. So make sure it's long enough that a fuel train can actually fit in there. So let's extend this a little more on the side of the mountain, and then we're going to have a crossover, and the trains can figure out how they're going to get from A to B, and this will all be electrified, so we shouldn't have to worry about that part. Electric locomotive, appropriate for grain. You know what? Yeah. I don't want to mess with a diesel station on this thing because it shouldn't be all that exciting. I don't care about this. I know where that is. It's on the peninsula part, and it's not that important. Okay. Because we are trying to use a distribution office, I should not try to use a pump here. So up one. Cool. One can already go over the factory connections that I have here, and then get that connection in there. And I was gonna say deliver fuel here. There is a fuel, there's a liquid connection now, which technically you should be able to also push fuel into, but the way that this is set up, that's not going to work, and I'd much rather have the fuel go to one central location than anything else. Liquid fertilizer may have the same thing. I should probably potentially make it just go to one central location, but that's not what I planned initially, so this is what we're going to do. All right, let's get a couple more road pieces in here. And the first one is already fighting me. That's not going to be a huge deal because we can always get connections done this way when they want to fight us. And it will be okay. We can even pretend that this was what we wanted all along. We do want... Oh, like a little shorter. How about... It's just not straight. There's not a straight enough connection in here that I actually want to use. But this one will be fine. Yeah, this is good. You do want to make sure that you have enough room to get all the other connections in here for when it's appropriate. And are we going to use helicopters for this thing? I wouldn't count it out. I think there's a fair possibility. What do we need these connections for? Someone has to build it, and someone has to be able to put out a fire there. Otherwise, they're not going to be trucks delivering straight to this grain silo, but again, we still need some type of connections to get to it. The fire station will have helicopters. Even though I will have people there, I think that driving distance to everything is just going to be way too much to have an efficient fire coverage of any part of this whole area that I should just not even bother, honestly. Okay, can you go in here? Yes, you can. You can be here and be the next part of this connection. That feels good. This one will probably be our main road out. That'll be exciting. Good. Now we have some nice space right in the middle here to get some medium farm fields in as well. Okay, should I give you... Yes, I should. I should give you the opportunity to go to two directions. One should be this way and one should be the other way. Let's flatten this out because tractors and harvesters don't really like inclines, just like locomotives don't. There you go, and then we're just going to reduce that one node here, and they can do whatever they need to do. You go there. This liquid fuel can just go here, and you would go there. Now everything is connected, and we just need a couple more fields. Okay. It's good to have the fields in groups of a number of harvesters. In this case, we know that we're going to have 4 harvesters here. I should probably start producing those vehicles then relatively soon. We do know that we will have 4 harvesters here. Oh, so you forgot this one. Got it. Is this actually going to reach where I want it? No. Okay, good call. Because that would have been really annoying if you have to build another power producer because you didn't pay attention as usual. This will do, though. Okay. Well, this is not a terrible place for it anyways. Triple checking that I'm seeing everything, but I think that's fine. So, we have 4 harvesters coming in here, which means we should have 4 medium fields in a group in a group is not that important. It's more important that they're all assigned in that order. So 1, 2, 3. I'm not going to sweat that we're not going to get a full 4 field in here, and I think if I wanted to, I can probably get one out here. Can I get a regular road connection in there? That's not a full field. How much smaller is that? That is 1.1 hectares. This is 1.5, 1.5, 1.1. No, that's fine. We're going to use that. But I can't get the connection in here because why would I? So let's try that again and see if we can get the field of my dreams. I'm guessing not, because you cannot... This is too small. This is not worth it anymore. But you cannot have any type of fruit or stuff on rocks. So that's the main problem that's causing issues there. But I think I should be able to at least turn you around like this and then have a better coverage. This one is almost 1.5. Yep, that's good. There's a little bit of a of an incline problem. Let's see if we can adjust that or address that somehow. I think we can. I already saw it. This is a farm track. This does not have to be nice or friendly or easy to drive on. It just has to be functional for our trucks. There we go. That's what I wanted. So now we have 4 fields that will do exactly what we need them to do, and the rest of the fields will be fine. All the short pieces technically could be dirt roads. Yeah, but all the other pieces technically should be asphalt road too, and we'll see if we're going to get to that part. But this feels okay for now, so let's get that one under contract, and we're just not going to start, well, building anything there yet, because why would we? Looks like we got a couple excavators here already. That's excellent. Unemployment is too high. We have 3%. What are you talking about? I think that's in the main peninsula though, so I'm not sure that I have to worry about that yet. This doesn't feel like a terrible place for the central grain storage, simply because there's not enough room here to do a full farm setup. So I'm inclined to maybe just have it there, and we'll see how many silos we can actually fit in there once all is said and done. Okay, let's see. We could put a field here. Yes. How much of a field do we actually get there? Most of the field. Yeah, this is good. 4.7. That's pretty good. This is 4.5. Yeah, 4.8 I think is the max. I don't remember those numbers. 4.7, 4.7, 4.7. I think this is the full one. 4.81. That's the max hectares or the max field size that we can get out of this thing. So that is good. This one definitely here. And then we have the 2 outskirt fields already done. And it's very possible that we're just going to have a couple small farm setups as well. Too many stones. You don't want to build here. You don't want to build here. You would build here, but you're probably not going to give me much of a field. That's more a medium-sized field. That's not very helpful. But we could put a medium-sized field there. Probably. There we go. We'll probably put multiple of those here. 1, 2, 3. Maybe even 4? Yeah, 1.2, 1.5, 1.4, and 1.5. Those are pretty good sizes. That was 4. So we have 3 fields here. That's really just 1 tractor. And no, you don't have to worry about wasting any space, because if you can get 1 tractor going, that is a couple thousand tons of grain that you already have coming in, which is really not a bad deal. The only thing that I may consider here is, because we're really sticking very close to the waterway and don't really give us much room. That's not a field, that's just a sliver. We don't really have much room to put rail connections of any sort in here. I will actually consider trucking what we have with a full distribution office to the next farm, whichever one is closer. I don't know if the first one that we just built will be the closest one, but this should at least give us a chance to still get all of the stuff that we can harvest in at a decent time. Okay, I think I see at least one more opportunity to put a big field in. It's either... No, that's too many stones. We will not have too many stones there, but there was a green. And it's a tiny bit green. Nope, that's not gonna work. So we have, what, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we just need 2 tractors. 2 harvesters, 4 tractors. This is all the same, doesn't change. 2 harvesters, 4 tractors, and 6 trucks. That's 12. That's a small farm. That's a medium farm. Yeah, that's a medium farm. Perfect. We can fit it in, so we may as well make it work, and then we can use a distribution office to handle the rest of the things, unless we can actually get a decent location for a train line in here. And if we get a train line in, great. If we don't, that's also fine, because again, we don't have that many crops actually being produced in this little area, but you never know. I wouldn't mind fitting something in here, but what do we need to fit for grain? The smallest one we can get is 3,200. That will probably fit just fine. You may have issues fitting in a way that would allow me to get a cargo connection in there, though, which is not that exciting. We have a lot more flat land here. We have a little more flat land over there, but no, I would much prefer being able to just place this thing right where I'm at right now. So let's see if we can flatten out this hill just enough to allow us such a thing. And it looks like the answer to that is no. Not really, because the hill itself is already steep enough where it doesn't want to do that. So this mountainous farm is going to cause us trouble. Got it. Can we find middle ground that is not as extreme? I think potentially here. We're just going to raise part and lower other parts, but yeah, it's not a flat map. I don't like flat maps. I don't like playing on flat maps because there's just always nothing super satisfying about building on something super flat. Says me, who also likes to, you know, terraform whole places just to make a piece of city work there. But no, I do appreciate that there is terraforming, that I can put the environment to use a little bit whenever I want to build something. So that part is good. You just have to spend a little bit of extra time getting things done. But I think with what I see here, this farm is also going to get a full setup. Potentially not with the fertilizer like we had before, but we'll see how much room we have, because I think there's a high chance that we can get everything in here that we need, because this is already a flattening out quite nicely. Let's turn this around so we have a little more oomph. But yeah, this should be good. All right, I don't want to be greedy. I don't think this hill is going to be too steep to get a little bit of rail on them. We got a little plateau here that hopefully gets us exactly what we need. So let's get a farm of 12 in here. And I don't care where all the connections are because it doesn't matter all that much. The only thing that matters is that I get an actual road connection down here. I don't really want to build a bridge yet. But to make that one work, we may want to just pre-activate this like so. So we have a road that can actually go in here at some point, and then get the farm in with the road connection just near that little ledge that we just built, and now we can actually get the vehicles down where we require them. Cool. Part A done. Part B. Let's go to slower speeds because our excavators are already here, so they are ready to go. Let's see. I don't think there's another dump with a railway connection available, which is a little unfortunate because I don't think I want to try to fit this thing in here unless of course we can kind of squiggle this in here. This is not terrible. Turn it around so I have the road connection on the other side. I'm assuming we just don't have enough room to make a factory connection work from that side, but if we do, that's fine. Fertilizer does not go away, so it's not a waste. That's too long, but this is just barely there. Cool. Actually squeezed it in there. I didn't think I could. So yeah, no, the solid fertilizer will just stay there forever, but that's fine because that means I don't have to drive there as often with a train when it starts running out. So those are all good things. Now let's do our grain storage. Make this one nice and small. The road connections are ugly on this one. Okay, you can turn this around. Yes. What I would like to make sure is that I can get a rail connection in there like before, which I think I can from right here, but the road connections are going to be a little problematic. But let's just wait. So that one can go there. Cool. We will buy that. Then liquid storage. This one, I feel pretty confident that we just need a small one. And I think I will be better off if I allow myself... Let's see here. If I allow myself to just have a truck the extra liquid fertilizer from the other side. From another farm, like the farm that's over here. It's not that close. So if you can get an actual fertilizer train in here, you probably wouldn't regret it. Okay. Okay. Let's see. If I put you there, let's just play this out, see how it goes. There's a hill causing obstructions, of course, because why not? But this should be easy. Just a little further down the hill. A little further. Wow. Didn't want to use underground pumps yet or pipes yet, but this is fine. So you go there. Good. Get the same connection that we had earlier again. You want this to be the out connection, but I do want the pipes on the correct sides. Yeah, it's not going to go there. We can potentially find a way in here to make it actually work. I don't hate this. It's not exactly what I wanted, but I think we can get a piece of rail through. No, we cannot. Okay. Well, if we can't put a piece of rail through there, then this doesn't matter. But I would feel that we actually have a little more flexibility on what we can do here. Let's see if we can convince you that this is a usable path. It's close. It's fighting pretty hard. It's like right on the corner of those fields, and that usually means, you know what, I would like to, but it's not quite allowed. So if we will put you here, I don't know if that's a connection or not. That is a connection. Wow. Okay, so that's good there. This one has to come up here. The field will suffer just a little bit. And now I may hear some of you say, why didn't you just adjust the field? It adjusts itself. Do we need 4 fields here if we know that we only have 2 tractors? No. But I'm gonna keep them anyways. You. Okay. Where can I send you? It feels like everything is going to be kind of centered to whatever central area we have here. We could probably try to sneak up to the left a little bit, but I don't want to if I don't have to. And rail at this point is just cheap. It's just something that we have to build. That's good. That's good. That's good. I think for this farm, I will actually allow myself to remember to not have that connection can actually be turned around now. To not have non-dirt paths connecting the last bit of the big fields unless it makes any fiscal, any financial sense. So let's see. This one, it makes sense because it's really far away and doesn't have to shorten up. But all the other roads that do have shorten ups potentially, which actually this farm may not suffer from that problem or opportunity. Let's go with opportunity in this case. Yes. It's just so much driving that the 2 extra medium fields are probably never going to be harvested. So you could have just removed them, but we'll just see how much stuff we can get out of this when we're done and go from there. Yeah, this is why these silos are problematic. Let's put it that way. Because you cannot get easy road connections in them if they're in a tight space like this already. And since these both are pointing the same way, I couldn't even have a road connection right there. So I think what I have to do is remove this, try this all over again. Let's remove some rail here. How much rail do you want to remove? That's fine, and then that's fine. And definitely this is fine. And then let's see if we can get something in where the field was. That will satisfy our needs. My hope was it was just going to connect straight into this, but there's a pipe there. The pipe is very easy to replace and easy to make a jump later, so that's good. This one can go here. I should be able to flip you around and get the road connections on a better side. That's nice. I like where we are. But then the rail is not going to like what you're doing. Okay. I think what we need to do is elevate this side because it gives us a better chance to get a better rail connection later on, and then build out a bigger plateau just so we have the road connection that we need in just a second. So if we move this over, that's fine. Then let's make sure that we can get the road connections that I want here. There's the first one. Again, these are... Oh, there's another pipe here. Can't play with the pipe thing. These are farms. They don't have to be easy to ride on. They just have to function. And this one is obviously causing trouble now. Do you want to move the whole thing, or you just want to cheat it down the mountain? I think I'm okay with cheating it down the mountain in this case. This is just a dirt road. Nobody needs to use that thing. Okay, well, we cheated it down the mountain. That's fine. Now we have the opportunity to get up on this thing quicker. Like so. And then this guy just has to join up with this piece of track at some point, and easy enough. Nothing difficult here. You will need a standard crossover at some point over here just to make sure all the things can be reached, but that's it. That's pretty much what this farm needs to look like. Cool. It is nighttime. Anything else here? Yes, you do need power. But then you are effectively done. So that's exciting. This power piece of power can just sit right here and will reach all the people that we care about. You did remove your pipe connections, but they should be relatively easy to replace. EE to go up and over and down. Nope. Of course not. Take you back a little bit and give you a little more wiggle room to get this connection in. Yep, that's fine. You go up one, over one. That's not enough. You still need up one more. And... okay. I needed to triple check that I wasn't blind because I saw these arrows going the opposite way of where I was going, which is not a good thing, but it turns out that it wasn't all terribly wrong. This, however, may be terribly wrong a little bit because that train, no, you're going through there like you're supposed to. These guys have made enough progress so I can actually deploy the next signaling. That's good. I want mixed signals right here. Good. Then I want a chain signal right in front of here, and then a block signal to release this, and just a couple block signals to get all the trains in that we may or may not use here. Like so, like so. Then obviously real signals right down here. Since this is a really long junction, I could consider... that's the wrong one, buddy. I could consider putting signals in the junction as well, but I'm not sure that I'm ready for that quite yet. So we're going to leave that alone. And block signal. Come on, you can do it. We still have to electrify all this. We will I should have done that already. Ah, yes, I should have. We are paused. You are able to go because there's a block in front of you now. Should you electrify this? Yes, you should, because you're just going to wreck yourself in just a minute if you don't. So let's remove the stuff that we just had here. We should be able to send the single train that was blocking everyone there for just a minute home and just upgrade everything to electric track, which will be very quick upgraded. I just need to make sure that they're able to get back once I get into this section. That's good. That's good. The tunnel is already electrified, so the only thing we have left is these two that are not crossover pieces. And then you are trying to build something, but probably not either of these or these, and then they should be able to get everything done. And I will just send you home, and then you're not blocking anyone. Cool. Sometimes I do pay attention to my notifications, if you want to shift them that. But you know what? Sometimes they're good. Most of the times they're just annoying. But this should be fine. Where is this going to connect to at some point? I don't know. Probably up this hill in some fashion. And we can get those things done. That'll be good. All right. That's done. We have a big flat area right here in the middle that we absolutely need to use to our advantage. So let's get started on that. And maybe this will be a really large farm that we can actually do. Where are the stones? I don't see the stones. What are you talking about? I think there's some stones right here, like right on that edge, which is cute. How about there? Nope. It's still like you can't build here, so this may be where the city is going to go, actually. Interesting. Can we see the stones? There's some stones there. There's a lot of stones here. Apparently there's some stones here. I don't see any stones right there, but maybe this is a little bit of stonage. Too bad. Too sad. Let's keep going. There's a field. 2, 3, 4. Nope. Gotta make sure that you can actually get that in. So, okay, so can you see the barely visible yellow dots? There's some right here. There's some right there. There are some. I'm using the icon as a pointer, and then there's some right here. So we can't get anything in there. There's a lot of stones actually going through here. This big empty space that I saw earlier is not actually empty. It's full of tiny rock spots, which is super exciting. But I guess we're just going to make another smaller farm here to get our things done, and that'll be okay. That size is not ideal, but I guess we're going to take what we can get, because the goal here is to have as much farmland as possible. That doesn't have to be perfect. Okay, that's a lot less fields than I expected to get out of this, but needs must. Just get this one just squeezed in there. And this is a terrible location. Maybe we do have to just make this the city part, or the city can be on that side, because what do we get here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 full fields. That is 2 tractors again, and then 2 small fields here. You can probably squeeze in 1 more, which is the same size as this, just a way more compact. It may be good enough, unless we can fit a lot more fields on this side, and then this is not a question anymore. It's just a fact of how we're going to do this. Lots of stones. These mountains are full of stones. Yeah, there's so much yellow on all of these fields that I literally can't place them anywhere here. So the locations that I wanted to use are not that easy to use after all. There's a little bit of room right here, but there's not enough room to actually make a farm happen here. But this, I suppose, is going to be what we're going to do. And there's going to be 2 extra medium fields. Well, 2 extra large fields that didn't make it to be a medium field that will be available right there, which is cool. Let's see, where can you go? You can come all the way down here. That's good to know, because we do have to worry about actually being able to get all of these connections in when we need them. Okay, farm. Same thing as earlier. We just have two of everything. So farm can probably set up like this. Sure, why not? Then the grain silo is the same size as what we had before, and I'm trying to pull you back as much as I can. Gosh, give me the road connections on a different side. That would be super. Flip you around. We may be able to use this. No, because now your road connection actually goes through the building and through the factory connection, which is not very helpful. This makes it awkward for train connections to get anything done there. I'm not sure how that is helpful, but okay. Let's flip you around again. Road connections are just going to be on that side, and that field has to suffer. None of those things I wanted, but it will be okay. If I put you here, don't make the factory connection happen right away. I want that to happen from the outside here. Too long. Oh, come on. You were close. From the outside here, then we'll just go a little closer, because I do want to use the other factory connection. It is directly from A to B. What are you talking about? There you go. You can go there. Then give me the fertilizer station. There we go. We're going to turn you around, and you should have no big problems getting a connection in there. That looks fine. If I can make you share a rail connection again, I think I will feel better about it. But it actually has to be aligned for that to happen, and it is aligned. Wonderful. Can you get to this thing? Not too long. Very good. Cool. So they're all on the same rail connection again. That's good. Now this is where this guy comes in. Can you get all the way down here? It's either all rock, or we don't have excavators available right now to do something about this. Either way, I don't think that's a terrible thing. So yeah, let's get you just connected to down here. You guys will just get a crossover right here to get your stuff. That's easy enough. And then we have a nice little corner connection right there that we should probably use for something like the liquid fertilizer connection that we still need. There's farm there. I didn't see that. Okay, let's move our farm over. I was planning on getting the road connection from right there, but I actually need this to play along, otherwise it's not going to work. So move this over here, make sure that this factory connections can still get there. It looks like it's just too tight to the other one. So if this one goes in like that, this one should go in like this. Really? How? I don't know why it would do that, but okay. There's a road connection here, there's the thing that goes in there, and then we have this road already done. This is the baseline road connection that we have pretty much everywhere. That should be fine. So last one left is the liquid stuff. And this again is a small farm, so I'm guessing the 300 tons will be fine. You, in this case, will want to go this way. If I press T, you still have the same connection. So what we're going to do is point you like this. Get the oil fuel loading, unloading, like so. And you will probably get an underground pipe in here. Get you as close to the other buildings as possible. That's mostly because... why? Because... Let's do this. Give me a straight line there. Yes. This one can connect there. Very good. And then this one connects here. Yes, I wanted it as close as possible because it's going to be a relatively long train again that wants to go in here, and I don't want it to block the other friends that we have, because that will be awkward. Underground pipe, please and thank you. You cannot connect straight into that, but you will connect straight into here. So we're just going to do this thing, make it a little awkward, get me the above ground pipe that can connect to that thing and to that thing. Hill is causing obstructions. Are you drunk? there's no hill that should be causing anything. So no, stop it. Let's make this one. Speaking of hill, let's continue on this hillside a little bit. Get you over here. That's good. That's the connection I kind of wanted. But it's the wrong piece of track that you just connected to, because this is the secondary track. All the supply tracks are secondary. The main track is the silo. That is the one that we always want to satisfy. Otherwise, we run into issues. Also, that station is probably about the length of what the distribution office can handle. But we're just going to have those two there. We're going to extend this just a little more and then give you the crossover that you need here. Only need a single crossover. It just has to get into this, and then it's home free. So that should be good. Rail is coming in there. That feels good. Rail is coming in here, and yeah, everything kind of centralizes somewhere here. And this is probably a really good place for either the city or... It is central to where we are right now, but there's a lot more stuff up north that we can probably do some farming. So yeah, maybe, the silo could be here. It could be the city too. There are a lot of options, but I'm not 100% sure yet. Okay, good. Yeah, this is prime farmland. We can probably make a lot of stuff happen right there, which is kind of exciting. But I'm not sure... that's gonna happen. Ship, you're going the wrong way. Let's fix this thing. I'm pretty excited about all these numbers. 78% happiness, 74,000 citizens. That is, I think, the most that we had in this playthrough, which is pretty cool. You guys are currently being idiots. Got it. Why aren't you going to where you're supposed to go? You have the electric parts. You have the electric parts. Nobody wants to go into the electric side. Is that what we're talking about here? You are there. Can you just ignore the red signal in front of you and do something useful here? That would be super, because I don't want trains to park here at all forever. I just want you to be done. Wow, you're not even going to where I wanted you to go. That's super cool. So you're turning around here. Got it. You want to start constructing on this. Got it. You want to start constructing on this. Also got it. It's fine. I just need them to be actually done with this stuff and not still wiggling around like that, but whatever. I would love to see 21-year-olds without own flat relatively soon. That would be good. Workers with higher education, we're still at about 40%. Could be better, could be worse. I think we'll be okay with that. One of these trains is going to bump into the other one, tries to go home, but that's also okay at this stage. Okay. back to here. We have almost everything connected. The only thing that we don't have yet is a road connection, and this does not look like your normal run-of-the-mill farm setup, so we're actually going to give it some normal road. You ideally get the same connection as where the farm is, and we're going to have the farm go to the right a little bit because that's where all of the fields are. This field does get a full-on connection, and all the other fields I'm just going to do with what are they called? They are called, yes, they are called dirt roads. Okay, so all of the other fields will just get dirt roads and we'll figure it out. I like the idea of following wherever the rail is going to go at some point. I'm stubbing all of these in for this stage because I'm not 100% sure where all of the things are going to fall, because this is also not a bad place for a city. This is a pretty good place for a city and relatively central. And I don't have to have it big. Like right here is good enough for a size of city that I want. Obviously, the fertilizer stuff may cause some pollution that I don't really want to deal with, but yeah, these are all not bad situations. It's more just the place over here. How far are we? What distance are we looking at this point? We're going from here to about here, because the scrapyard and all the other places are about 3,500 meters, 3.5 kilometers. And yes, this is not a bad location. This one could be too, but this one could be better if I have a full crossroad that connects all the things that I care about. I like it. I kind of like it a lot. But we'll see where we are when we're done with all the fields, because I can't really predict exactly where we're going to end up. So, speaking of where we're going to end up, how about we plop in a couple other big fields? And I think this one, the two fields here may be completely ignored once we're done with the rest of this, because I would like at least one extra large farm setup. You saw that I left a little bit extra gap in there. That is to accommodate a road to get to the fields there, if that is something we desire to do, which I'm not convinced or unconvinced by at this stage. This is not a field. This is not the field I wanted to build. Yes, no, this is also not the field. Okay, this makes me feel a little better, because now it feels like we are... The fields that I can build out here are also very affected by all the rocks that are nearby, which is quite annoying, because anything that's a little hilly seems to have a lot more rocks than I want to give it credit for. But then again, who wants to give credit for rocks in the first place? Some birds, I heard. It's like a gift. Here's a pebble for you. I found it for you. I dug it out of the dirt. And now it's yours, but that's not what we're doing. Okay. Again, here I'm just placing the fields to see where we are, because there's always a chance that we can just put two farms here. Farms sadly cannot share fields, but let's flip this around. No, it's already kind of flipped. Yeah, I can't flip fields. Farms cannot share fields. They have to have their own dedicated field setups, but I could at least try to combine their fertilizer and their the whole setup, like the whole rail setup, because what do we have here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, excuse me, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20 if we want to count these, and they're pretty far away now. So 17, 18 fields, that is 6. That is 6 harvesters. There's probably enough room in the middle here, and we probably want to push back or move a couple of these large fields over the hill. Maybe like this. Yeah, we could push a couple large fields over the hill. This one not so much. But at least one field over the hill, so we have a little more room here to build our farm setup, because that is pretty much the center. I don't think we're going to use these guys. They're simply too far to drive to get anything done there, which means we could push this one down a little bit, but no, I don't want that. So let's math this out again. We have 6 harvesters that we want. Do we want 2 farms of 3? Or do we want a single farm with 6? 2 farms with 3 is actually a pretty good idea. Yeah. No, honestly, I think I can make something happen right in the middle here with 2 farms just back to back. Do you think we're going to get that done today? Probably not, but if we do 3, we need 3, 6, 9. 3, 6, 9 is 18 vehicles, so we need something that can handle 20, which is a large farm again. That's fine. What did I say here? We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I did want one more field probably. There's nothing that fits here, so let's just say effectively 6. Is that what I did here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So that's just 2. I need to go in my head because I'm like, wait, did I just do everything wrong with the other numbers? But I don't think I did, because with 6 fields, I want 2 harvesters, 4 tractors, that's 6, and then I want 6 trucks, that's 12. So they do fit into the medium farm. But the thing that I'm building now is for 3 tractors, and we need a lot more. Should we use a distribution office for this to save some trucks? Do not fall for that temptation. It is dangerous because that will get you into trouble. Because you do need 3 trucks to haul everything home that 1 harvester gets. And if you use a distribution office with that logic, now you have half the trucks available. So now you don't want that. You want dedicated trucks for everything. That's important, and we'll just see how that goes. Cool. No, I think we're okay. I will come back to this because I think this will be is potentially a really cool setup. I don't know how it's going to look yet. We also need to have rail going somewhere, and I think we have rail just go outside here. That should be relatively easy. There is more farmland probably down here, just one more farm, and then we can count together how much stuff we're actually getting. And there's always a chance to add more, but I'm not above importing some grain. I think that's okay, so we'll see how that plays out. But next time we will continue right up there and hopefully finish with something useful. And also, do we have anyone living with their parents yet? No. But I do think we have another increased birth rates research that we can throw in here, so that's exciting. People-wise, how we're doing? These are still full. Nobody has tried to escape yet. That's cool. Got a couple buildings done. That is good, but I wouldn't be surprised if someone accidentally already moved in here. Hate when that happens. Should I save these? That's a lot of people. I don't want the people here, but wouldn't be surprised if we don't have room anywhere else. Let's look at the usual suspects. Can I talk to you guys to moving down here? Yes, I can move at least a couple people in. That's good. Obviously, I should have had that button clicked a long time ago, but you can probably tell that I didn't. So here we are. But coal is always something that we want more of, so this feels good. You're empty now, that's good. Talk to you and get you emptied out as well. No. These are effectively all full, but the 14 people there may just not find another place that they're allowed to move to. Oh, that was something green. Cool. I think there will always be a couple green ones down here. Got it. So we are getting to the point where people would like to move. That's also where our happiness was a little down. And that will happen. We will get them moved in relatively soon, just not yet. But it is a thing that is very close to the near future. How are you guys doing over here? Nothing being completed where it needs to be completed. That's great. You have no gravel yet. You have no power supply. Why do you not have a power supply? You don't have a power supply because this thing is not done yet. Okay, helicopters, can you help with this? Because I think once we turn on the power supply here, we can actually get some gravel in. And gravel is good. All the other materials we already have, we just need more of, I suppose. And we can probably make that work as well. How many non-mixers do we have here? Really not that many. I'm kind of depressed by that because if we can only move those 2, that means there's still a lot at large. Nope. These are all being used. That's fine. Cool. This is not filled up yet. That's a problem. Or it's a power problem. I don't know. This thing is not built yet, and there's a little bit of other construction that's not done yet. Okay, I click a couple buttons and we will be back with more farming because I am semi-excited to get all of that on the road and see how that all plays out because we certainly need grain. It is absolutely on my list of things that I would like to be self-sufficient in because I think that'll be fun and exciting. But it's potentially not super straightforward, which is also one of the reasons why I like to do it. So yeah, we'll just have to keep an eye on all of that. Good. What's this? You have some excavators here that I would like to move somewhere else next time I find it. I just have to remember. And how many excavators do we have produced yet? Probably a handful is my guess. This many. Cool. Let's move a couple to where we actually wanted them. And then the other couple to somewhere else. Where are you? You're here. Okay. Put them in there. What else do we need? We had citizens. We had people. We had... No, we're good. We're done. Thanks for watching. I'll see you again next time. Bye-bye.